Cell junctions. Cell junction is the connection between the neighboring cells or the contact between the cell and the extracellular matrix. It is also called membrane junction. Cell junctions are classified into three types: occluding junction, communicating junction, and anchoring junctions. Also, if we say the multicellular organisms have specific means of joining cells in long-term association to form tissues and organs. Such associations usually involve specialized modifications of the plasma membrane at the points of contact. These specialized structures are called cell junctions. Again, we have this classification which includes occluding junction, communicating junction, and anchoring junctions, in which the anchoring junction is also called adhesive junction. Before we discuss about the various junctions, the types of junctions, we'll first discuss cell adhesion molecules. So, important cell surface protein molecules promoting cell-to-cell and cell matrix interactions. Also, these cell adhesion molecules are involved in intracellular signaling pathways, primarily for cell death, survival, and secretion. So, these cell adhesion molecules play very important role in the the cell junctions. So the cell adhesion molecules, they express themselves in three major domains. First, the extracellular domain allows one cellular adhesion molecule to bind to another on an adjacent cell. The transmembrane domain links the cell adhesion molecule to the plasma membrane through hydrophobic forces. And lastly, the cytoplasmic domain is directly connected to the cytoskeleton by linker proteins. So in diagram, we are clearly able to see how the extracellular domain is binding one cell to the other. Then we have the transmembrane domain that links the cellular adhesion molecules to the plasma membrane through hydrophobic forces. And lastly, the the cytoplasmic domain, which is directly connected to the cytoskeleton by linker proteins. Cell adhesion molecules. So interactions between cell adhesion molecules is mediated by homophilic binding, heterophilic binding, and binding through an extracellular linker molecule. Now, in case of homophilic binding, the binding of an adhesion molecule on one cell to the same adhesion molecule of a second cell. So in this, the example is cadherin. So this is the same adhesion molecule which is binding one cell to the other. Whereas in case of heterophilic binding, an adhesion molecule on one cell type binds to a different type of cell adhesion molecule on the second cell. So in this, one is selectin and the other is mucin. So these are two different cell adhesion molecules. Lastly, we have binding through an extracellular linker molecule. The linker molecule in most cases is laminin, a family of large cross-shaped molecules which with multiple receptor domains. So these cell adhesion molecules can be divided into four major families: the cadherin superfamily, the selectins, the immunoglobulin superfamily, and the integrins. So these are one of very important, we say, cell adhesion molecules. The cadherin superfamily. So these cadherins, these are adhesive glycoproteins, and they play a very crucial role in cell-to-cell recognition and adhesion. Apart from that, calcium is necessary in tissue integrity in part because calcium induces a conformational change in cadherins that allows them to mediate this cell to cell adhesion. So they have these repeat domains, a variable number of repeats, and specifically we have an example E cadherin that is 5 repeats. So, additionally, we say this cadherin in this cadherin superfamily, the cadherins have 125 kilodalton transmembrane glycoproteins, and this is mediated through intercellular adhesion in the epithelia and endothelial cells by calcium-dependent homophilic adhesions. So, different cadherins are expressed in specific tissue. Their regulated expression is a particular striking feature of embryonic development also. And again, the best characterized members of this family are E cadherins in epithelial tissue, N cadherins in nervous tissue, and P cadherins in placental tissue. The timing of cadherin production during embryonic development correlates with the association of specific cell types to form tissues and organs. Then we have selectins. So the structural feature of selectins, they include amino terminal, C-type, calcium, dependent lectin-like binding domain, which determines the ability of each selectin to bind to specific carbohydrate ligands. Again, a very important epidermal growth factor-like region is there, and a number of repeat sequences, and a membrane spanning region, and a short cytoplasmic region. So this particular selectins, they also are very important part, and specifically we can say the p-selectin, they are expressed on activated platelets and endothelial cells. Immunoglobulin superfamily molecules. In this, this consists of more than 25 molecules, and important one include the intracellular adhesion molecule 1, ICAM1. Then apart from that, we have intracellular adhesion molecule 2, ICAM2, vascular adhesion molecule 1, VCAM1, platelet endothelial adhesion molecule 1, and the mucosal adhesion cell molecule 1. Apart from that, we also discussed about the laminins. So these are the family of proteins, laminin, and are found mainly in the basal lamina, and they are thin sheet of specialized extracellular materials about 50 nanometer thick that underlines epithelial cells and thereby separating them from the connective tissue. In addition, the basal laminae surrounds the muscle cells, fat cells, and Schwann cells that form myelin sheaths around the nerve cells. So also laminins are thought to be localized mainly on the surface of the lamina. Fibronectins, on the other hand, are located on the other side of the lamina where they help anchor the cells of the connective tissue. So these laminins are basically very large proteins, 850 kilodaltons, and they are consisting of alpha, beta, and gamma domains, each having different types of various combinations and produce different types of laminins. So this was all about the basic, we can say, about the laminins also. Then we have these integrins, right? So 15 different alpha and 8 different beta subunits give rise to over 20 different heterodimeric combination at cell surface. Bind epithelia and cell and muscle cell to laminin in the basal lamina. And again, the integrins allow platelet to stick to the exposed collagen in a damaged blood vessel. Additionally, they allow fibroblasts and white blood cells to adhere to fibronectin and collagen as they move. So again, integrins are also very important. Cell surface receptors also, they can say, that bind to the ECM constituents. So additionally, if we say an integrin, it is having, we know very well, we can understand from the slide, it is having alpha and this beta subunits. Transmembrane polypeptides that associate with each other non-covalently to form a binding site for a specific cytoskeletal protein on the inner membrane surface and a binding site for ligand on the outer membrane surface. So there are different types of alpha and beta subunits for binding with different proteins of the extracellular matrix. Examples like we have fibronectin and laminin on the outside, and for binding with the different cytoskeletal proteins on the cytoplasmic site. Both alpha and beta subunits are glycosylated on the outer side. So integrins link to the cytoskeletal protein by other linker proteins. Like if we can say specifically, we discuss about the functions in this. So integrins play a crucial role in mediating interaction between the cytoskeleton and the ECM. Again, integrins play important role in regulating cell movement and cell attachment both in embryos and the adult tissues. And integrins also interact with intracellular signaling pathways. So types of cell junctions in animal tissues. In this, we have the anchoring junctions, occluding junctions, channel forming junctions, and signal relaying junctions.